English cricket in turmoil once again. The Aussies lose to Bangladesh for the first time in 21 years, I believe. That and much more. But hey, welcome back to the Casual Observer podcast. I'm your host, Daniel. Thanks for everything, all your love, all the followings. It's been awesome to see. Glad we can provide some content that's actually interesting. But hey, let's dive in. English cricket, what the fuck are you doing? A hell of a drinking session, mind you. Let's dive into that. Incident. Look, English cricket's gone through a reset after the Ashes. There's the Nusa Dua incident with Ben Duckett and a few others getting on the piss. There was, before that, England were in New Zealand. Harry Brook was the captain. He got done for getting struck by a bouncer in New Zealand. Nicest place in the world. And so this whole reset after losing the Ashes was just a kind of clean slate. Fresh face, let's just see how we go. There's no pressure, but also don't do anything stupid. Let's keep this professional. We are, getting paid a shit ton to play cricket. Let's act like it. Got a pretty good lifestyle. For a team that doesn't have a drinking problem, having a curfew is kind of hilarious. No problems, of course. Just a thing to have. Grown men. It's great. But they played this game against New Zealand. Horrendous pitch. Only went to 4 days due to the rain. That may not be a blessing in disguise anymore, because if this game is now done 2 days earlier, do they go out and does this incident occur? Probably not. But it happened. I believe Ben Stokes, Gus Atkinson went to a club and at 1 a.m. got into an altercation with a rugby player. ECB security staff got struck. Not really sure what else is kind of going on. So England have pulled the pin on those two for the second test, which we'll dive into in a sec. But yeah, the whole, the game itself was interesting. It was pretty quick. The pitch wasn't great. There's definitely things that we can work on there. English cricket can work on, but this reset started about as well as you could on the field. But yeah, day 4 game finishes around 1 p.m. Got your media duties and stuff like that, but I imagine by about 2 p.m. you're on the source. And then at 1 a.m. this incident occurs. So a nice 11 hours of drinking's super, super impressive, honestly, if you ask me. But obviously led to some dangerous shit. So we don't really know what the outcome of this is. There's talks of, Ben Stokes hasn't spoken. There's talks of him retiring or stepping down as captain. Look, this dude looks defeated right now. He, tough tour of Australia. It just 4 years at the job. There's been all the scrutiny of Bazball. His batting's gone to shit. Still a hell of a bowler, but his batting's gone to shit. There's a lot weighing on that brother's mind. And as an Australian, I'd love to see him still playing and captaining in 2027. He's a hell of a competitor. Not too worried that his batting's gone to shit, because at least that helps us. But hopefully he doesn't decide to discover his golden form again 2027. But yeah, hopefully he doesn't do anything rash, retire, anything like that. And he's had incidents himself with the nightclub and punches, and I'm sure, I've watched his documentary, it pretty much sounded like he was defending people, so I think he's a pretty good ambassador for the game. But just keeps getting involved in these scenarios where you're like, dude, just give it some distance, my man. But yeah, unfortunately, it's followed him. So, we're waiting to see what happens. But England have taken it into their own hands. They've selected their second test squad against New Zealand. No Ben Stokes, no Gus Atkinson. Jofra Archer and Jordan Cox come in. So team balance-wise, super interesting. I should mention Joe Root is captain. That guy has been around English cricket for 17, 18 years? Pretty amazing record apart from Dave Warner sucker punching him. So, he's probably the most stable option you have as leadership. You could go Harry Brook, but which is interesting because Harry Brook is vice captain. But I think in times like this, you just want the rock solid guy at the top. Will this impact his batting? Probably. Hopefully Joe Root doesn't have the weight of the world on him now. But he's done the job before, and look, in that first test, I think he got 8 runs. So, look, couldn't get worse. So, it's interesting how this team dynamic's going to be made up, because Emilio Gay did everything he could, so he's obviously in. Ducky looks good at the top. Bethel got one that rolled. Root, Brook, Smith, I think all select themselves. So that 7 position is going to be super interesting. And depending on the pitch makeup, I dare say they'll have a bunch of different combinations ready to go. If the pitch is a bit of a green seamer, and I would say, much like Lords, I would say you probably don't need Shoaib Bashir. You need to lengthen your batting. So that's where James Rue, Jordan Cox, Rian Ahmed all really step up into the fold. I would say if you're not going to select Bashir, you're probably going to go Ahmed. Even if you don't trust his bowling, you don't think he's bowled enough, you didn't bowl Bashir a single over in the first game. So it's kind of lengthening your batting without losing much on the bowling front, in my opinion. And it allows you to pick 4 specialist seamers. So you can go a bit of a makeup of, you've got no Gus and no Ben, so you've lost 2 big seamers, but you could go something like Ollie Robinson, Josh Tongue, Jofra Archer, and I apologise if I'm missing someone, but I would probably go with, your Matt Fisher, your Sonny Baker. You've got those options there at least, and hopefully I'm not missing someone. But it was to miss 2 of your 4, seamers, one with the new ball. It's going to be big. That's why I think Jofra comes straight back in, and I'd very much like to see if that is the case. Him and maybe Josh Tongue take the new ball, though I think they'll go Ollie Robinson, so Jofra can go all out pace at one end and your accuracy at the other end. So either way, that's actually still a really strong squad. But if it depends, if it's a flat track, do you go Bashir and 4 quickies and lengthen the tail, but you've got some real weapons at your disposal. So there's a lot of options there to England to choose from depending on the pitch makeup, but I just think it's those 2 spots. No one really did themselves any harm in that first game because that pitch was crazy. Unless your name was Emilio Gay, Harry Brook or Glenn Phillips, not really much else that the batters contributed to that game. So really, really interesting turn of events from the happiest, this reset is underway, to, we're back. As I said, you just hope there's no emotional, quick decisions, triggers pulled, because Ben Stokes and Gus Atkinson have a lot to offer. English cricket, and as an Aussie, you still want to see him contributing and playing and having fun. But it just seems like Ben Stokes needs a rest, even though he just had 5 months off. The weight of the world is on that man. So, the test I think starts on the 17th. So they've still got a few days to figure this shit out. But it's good that they've at least got the squad out there. The pressure's off Ben Stokes and Gus Atkinson. ECB can continue their investigation, and we could delve into that stuff closer to the game. Jordan Cox coming in is great. I love watching him. Such a good batsman. I think the fact that he was on RCB's bench for 2 months RCB won the thing, but I feel like he would have been such a weapon for so many other teams there. So I'm sure he learnt a lot, but love him. I think he got an 86 off 29 in the 100 last year. That was just some of the most outrageous batting. He's got my vote. He was meant to play in New Zealand. I think broke his finger, and that's when Jacob Bethel debuted. So he's been in and around the squad before. I would definitely say that for his sake, he's earned it. Though I would say one unlucky inclusion is DanLawrence, who's for Surrey right now. In his last 3 innings, got 94 not out, 218 and 101. So piling on the runs. And for a middle order position at number 7 to pop up, he probably can count himself a little unlucky there. So who knows what more that guy has to do to get another look in. But again, this squad looks pretty strong. It's going to be pretty self-explanatory, but I would dare say that it's between James Rue and Rian Ahmed, just for that number 7 role. And I think it, as I said, depends on the pitch. If you can play Bashir, then I think you go in James Rue to lengthen the batting. But if it seems like a real flat deck, maybe you're going Rian and another fast bowler just to give yourself some more weapons. So for the New Zealand side, look, again, I'm not sure how much you could take out of that first test. The players they got on the sidelines, Henry Nicholls, Mitch Santner, Ben Sears, Blair Tickner. I don't believe I missed anyone else because they sent Dean Foxcroft home. But yeah, I don't think there's going to be any changes for them. Again, depends on the pitch makeup, but Glenn Phillips didn't get a bowl, but did look like their best batter. Devin Conway got a 40. Again, probably could have been out on 3, 20 and 28. So a couple of drives that went through the gully area. He just looks all out of whack. You could see the broadcast saying his triggers are off. You know, when he got his 200 on debut, that trigger was done by the time the ball was getting released, and he's already back on the move. While in this test match, the ball's halfway down when he's just finishing his initial trigger movement. So that guy's just crazy out of form. But again, if you don't really have a obvious person to move to the top of the order, and Tom Blundell's done so well at 6, it's hard to move him. But he has opened before. So as I said pre-series, he would be my pick to go to the top. Then you can go Glenn Phillips at 6, and then you can either go Harry Nicholls or Mitch Santner, or add another bowler. But yeah, it's a tough one for New Zealand. I think they're missing a specialist opener and another middle order, lower order player that can really bat. Because Kyle Jamison's hit and miss these days. Nathan Smith has really improved with the ball, with the bat, is a fighter. But I'd just like a bit more depth in that middle order for New Zealand, because you could see if Rachin Ravindra, Kane Williamson and Daryl Mitchell don't come off, you don't have a lot there. So, look, they'll bounce back. They're a great side. I don't think they're going to drop 5 catches in the next 2 games, let alone that first game. So I think that they couldn't do worse. And a pitch that doesn't move a metre off the seam will be really handy for everyone involved. So they've now had another week and a half to kind of prepare and review and make changes. So I think they're going to be fine. I'd expect them to bounce back, win this game, and make it a 1-1 heading into the third game of the series. Australia, we as I said, we previewed that, and at the time Bangladesh were 2 for 100 in the first game of the series. None of the big 3 bowlers. There was no Travis Head, no Mitch Marsh, but this is the second game starting at 1 p.m. WA time today. But yeah, that first game was not great. Good actually watching, honestly. You don't get a lot of Bangladesh over in Australia, so really nice to see them on KO and see what talent they have. You can follow along on Crick Info, but it's not the same as watching them. So watched them for a while. Really love Lytton Das. Quite enjoy watching Shanto, but the rest are a little bit, you're unsure. And Taskin Ahmed with the ball has always been someone. Mustafiza Rahman is someone that's played in the IPL. But yeah, this young kid, Nahid Rana, we'll talk about him later, but far out. Hopefully he plays that test series later. He has got some spice about him. So look, Bangladesh, going to that first game, they end up 8 for 284. The Australians were complete arse in that game, especially with the field. I think they dropped 4 or 5 catches. Mossadegh Hussain hasn't played for about 4 years. He comes out, he gets dropped by Cooper Conley on 9 or 20? I think both. He ends up 86 not out of 70. And there's a time there where when Mahedi Miraz got out, in the 43rd over there, 6 for 219, you're like, Bangladesh should probably be lucky to get to 250, 260. But with these drops, with the explosive batting at the end, with Adam Zampa looking kind of terrible, they end up at 280. And on that pitch, Australia needed to get off to a good start. But yeah, we'll get to that. Tanzir Tamim got 54. That was really good. He looked so solid at the top of the order. Marnus took a good catch to remove Saif Hassan for 5, but then dropped Shanto on I think 5. He got 67. Lytton Das got out for 7, but drilled one back at Matty Renshaw, who took a great caught and bowled. But yeah, it was just a fielding. Little slip-ups here and there. 1s turned to 2s, 2s to 4s, drop catches. I reckon he could have done Bangladesh quite nicely for about 180 if you were bowling as well as you could have and fielded as well as you could have. So 100 runs, that's a huge bit of you fucked up kind of energy. Liam Scott debuted. He got 2 for 57. Didn't look amazing. The only one that looked really good, I guess, with the ball was Nathan Ellis, 3 for 38 of 10. When you're watching it, you're like, honestly, Matty Renshaw looked pretty good. He looked solid, but Cam Green didn't look anything like how he should. Xavier Bartlett bowled alright, but went the journey, 1 for 62 off 10. And Zampa, none for 47 off 7. Like, where's Kuhneman? Where's Todd Murphy? Where's Ollie Peake? What the fuck's going on? It's just a mess. I know you're trying players out. Adam Zampa doesn't look anywhere near as good as he has in the past. If you're using part-time overs from Scott, Green, Short, Renshaw, and you just, I don't know. They lengthened the batting and then didn't even work. So first ball, Matt Short in the chase, comes out, gets clean bowled by Taskin Ahmed. Top of middle? Look, the commentators were quite generous to him, in my opinion. They were like, see him back, just enough for him to miss it. If you really watch it, he just played around it. Like, the bat did not come through in straight lines. He kind of wafted around it, got bowled, looked at the pitch. Like, dude, much like Ben Stokes, like, when Ben Stokes got out in that test match against New Zealand and he's looking at the pitch and he's like, look, brother, you didn't get ball of the fucking year every time you bat. And same with Matt Short. Like, you just missed a straight one. You really weren't switched on first ball, and Taskin Ahmed was. Maybe just run off the field next time and, get going. Cooper Connolly got dropped on, 5 as well at first slip. Not a good day at first slip for either team. Marnus comes and goes for 1. I don't understand their love of Marnus at this point. I think it's pretty fucking obvious what's going on. Basically Josh Inglis he's batting at 4. He basically opened. He's in at the second over, 8 balls into the game. This is where the fun started. Cooper finally opened up a little bit, started playing a little bit more like he was playing at the IPL. He got bowled off Mosadek for 35. Went back to cut it, just skidded through, but still not the shot to that ball. I think what set him up was he just got one away the ball before, 2 balls earlier. So probably feeling a bit good about himself on that shot. But Josh Inglis, this is the one. Gets to 19, looks pretty fucking good. And then, Nahid Rana, the young fella, comes on. He's bowling heat. Look, he's a bit Sean Tatey. He's got this ball up around the high 140s. But, I can't say the radar's exactly perfect. But when it is, Josh Inglis feathers one to Das as the keeper. And then gets an absolute spray. And I'm pretty sure the words were along the lines of fuck off and a few others. So Josh wasn't thrilled about that. And after the game, Alex Carey just said to add some spice to the series. Yeah, I'd love to see those two go head-to-head again. And that's what I'm saying. Give me all that smoke. Give it game 2, game 3. Give it in the test matches. At this rate, Josh Inglis will probably be playing ahead of Marnus if it's not Matty Renshaw. I think Josh Inglis has hit the peak of his career. He looks great. He'd be harsh not to make the test team. But I can also say the same for Matty Renshaw. I'm slightly biased. Alex Carey gets 47, the exact same nicks off from Nahid Rana. Looked great for his 47 as well. Matt Renshaw's first failure, he got LBW. Liam Scott, same thing. Nahid Rana got him. Basically off the shoulder of the bat, just fended it to point. Great diving catch. Nathan Ellis, got caught trying to go big. Cam Green actually looked amazing. Kind of looked like the bedrock of this innings. He got 52 not out before lightning strikes. And so the game was called off, probably thankfully for Australia. We technically go down by 86, but it's one of those where you're like, look, I don't think the last wicket partnership, which was already at 35, at 35 was going to get you another 86 as well. Like, no offense to Zampa, but unlikely. So really good for Cam Green, 52 off 66, looked great, was pacing it well. I think he started to figure out, especially against Pakistan, started to figure out, look, this is my game. This is how to pace the one-day game, because he wouldn't have played a lot of one-day cricket. And it's hard to remember that if you're not playing a lot of a format, like you've got to figure out the gears. T20 is pretty obvious. Test match, see ball, hit ball. But this one's a bit different where you've got to take it deep. And I think something's clicked with him, at least in that first game. So, it's a bit better of a lineup. Matt Short opening with Cooper. I don't think Cooper's ever opened. Marnus at 3, English at 4, Carey at 5, Green at 6, Renshaw at 7, Scott at 8. I think they're going to probably switch some of this. I would. I think if I'm being for real right now, I'm Liam Scott. Sorry, dude. See you, buddy. I'm probably going to get Kuhneman back in. And I could even see Marnus getting gone for either an extra bowler or... who do we... Yeah, we've got Ollie Peake in the squad. So I would say, look, give the young kid a go. Marnus had a chance. I'd say if you're going to do that, go Inglis and Short at the top. I've seen someone post that, let's get, Renshaw and... I think it was Inglis at the top of the order and have Matt Short at 6. Like, no. That dude's a top order player. Like, he's either batting in the top two or three, or he's not batting. He's not in the side. And he's a great fielder. So Matt Short deserves a bit of a run here. So I'd have personally Short and Inglis opening up. Inglis basically opened today. In the first game. I think I'd have Cooper at 3, Matty Renshaw at 4, Carey at 5, Green at 6, and then I'd have Peake at 7, Kuhneman, Bartlett, Ellis, Zampa. Zampa's last legs, man. Otherwise, we're going Todd Murphy in for you. So that's what I would go. I'm going to just straight up guess they just keep the exact same side. Blame the weather for some shit. Like, nah, I don't think you guys are in this game that starts at 1 p.m. So we've got 4.5 hours before that game starts. Bangladesh get their first win of Australia in 21 years. So that's there's some crazy shit going on. We need to figure our stuff out because it's not looking great. But so Nahid Rana, huge positive, 4 for 41, consistently above 150. I think bowled one slower ball. Fuck yeah, dude. That's what Bangladesh need. Taskin Ahmed's awesome. I remember when he debuted. Mustafiza Rahman, awesome. Mosadek looked good. Shanto, Das, Tamim. They've got some players, man. So, I really rate them, and I can't wait for that test series that comes up. I expect us to win 2-0, but fuck yeah, let's get some of this. So, we've got the one day today, and then we've got the third and final one day June 14th before we've got the T20s. So, our squad for the one dayers, we've really only got Todd Murphy, Ollie Peake, and Ben Dwarshus on the bench. So, and Kuhneman. So we've got a few options there, but I kind of like the T20 squad. Mitch Marsh comes back in, Tim David, Joel Davies, Aaron Hardy, Spencer Johnson, Riley Meredith, Josh Philippi. There's a few more names that could be playing right now, right there. So, they're obviously experimenting, the Aussies, but I would say if you're not going to play Peake, I think it's a missed opportunity. So even if the young fella fails, give him a fucking crack. Give Renshaw more of a crack. Believe in Connolly for more than one game. Marnus has had his go. Liam Scott, not fair on him, but hey, he played once, didn't make a huge impact in my mind. There's things you can do to win this series 2-1. So we'll be back to you after the second, third one-dayers, maybe as the test match is starting. There's plenty of cricket on. Vitality Blast in England is going. Some great knocks there. County Championship's about to start back up. It's the women's T20 is also about to get going. Watch some of the warm-up games, you can see different teams using different strategies already. Australia, I think everyone had a bowl, while England went their 5 main 4 overs each. So different ways of going about your warm-ups. But yeah, it's going to be a fun T20 World Cup for them. But yeah, on the Vitality Blast front, I mean, slightly underrated player, but Sean Dixon from Glamorgan looks fucking good, man. Kind of rate him. So he's a little smoky for the T20s for England, I reckon. I don't think he'll get picked. He's not big name enough for them, but yeah, if you're paying attention, he's a guy that's like, yeah, he's your number 6 lower order finisher. But hey, England will do the England thing. So thank you so much for listening. We will be back once there's a bit more cricket to talk about.